Ladies and gentlemen, students and staff, it is my immense pleasure to return today and celebrate the extraordinary academic achievements of the 2024 cohort. As some of you may know, my name is Mark Polon. I'm the guy who obnoxiously liked to beatbox, which often ended up being more of a spit show for everyone around me. And now, with great privilege, I stand before you all as the 2024 Unity College Dux, who still obnoxiously likes to beatbox. Now, going into year 12, I didn't always have the intention of getting Dux. However, I did want to score as high as possible. Having heard many Dux speeches before, I vividly remember hearing a quote from the 2022 Dux, who said, "Aim for the highest, and even if you don't make it, you'll have come further than you ever imagined." That stuck with me throughout the year and pushed me to great lengths. However, as much as I was aiming for a high score, there were many periods where I would be in the rut, resulting in me in not scoring the results I had personally hoped for in some assignments. But I remember at the time, I was sitting in this one biology class, and Mrs. Oliver was having a discussion with some students about the current Year 12 results, in which she proceeded to read out the names of the potential Dux contenders. My name was not on that list at the time, and that must have really flipped the switch in me, because the next thing I remember, Olivia said something to me along the lines of, "Mark, are you going to come back as the dark horse?" And in my mind, I said challenge accepted. So that night, I came home with a newfound motivation, a sudden drive, a fire inside of me to make the academic comeback of a lifetime. And do you know what I ended up doing? I sat down behind my desk and watched 3 hours of Instagram Reels. Yep, I'm not better than anyone else here. The truth is, studying during Year 12 can get tricky. I would get distracted easily, sometimes spending 60% of my time on Reels and only 40% of my time working, which would extend the time it took me to complete my work. But you can't beat yourself up for it. So, forgive yourself, learn from the past, and put your head down and get the job done. Now, and I'm saying this to every single one of you guys, as this can apply to any work, hobby, or sport that you guys may pursue. Now, for any of the students that are aiming for a high ATAR, this is what I would recommend. Look at many exemplars and do plenty of practice exams. If you are someone who struggles with writing assignments, I recommend watching Year 12 tutorials on YouTube, which can provide detailed outlines on how to score full marks. Furthermore, don't be afraid to ask questions. Nobody is going to judge you for sticking your hand up, like we're all too busy playing Connections or Minecraft anyway. But if you're still worried, ask your teacher privately. I'm sure many of my teachers remember me nagging them for feedback. On a more inspirational note, the highest ATAR a student at Unity has ever achieved was an astounding 99.85. Well, I want to see a student break that barrier and achieve the top ATAR of 99.95. I remember thinking I could reach it, but I got humbled pretty quickly by the time IA2s came around. But I believe there's a student in the crowd in front of me that can do it. It could be you. Okay, as much as it's great to achieve the top ATAR, school isn't everything. I know there are many students here that don't even need an ATAR. So make sure to do the things you love. Go hang out with your mates. Play a sport, try learning a new skill, participate in the Unity College musical. Just do what makes you happy. Before I finish, I want to thank all the staff who have taught me over these past 6 years, and all the students I have met and gotten to know. I want to thank all my friends who I've grown up with over these past 6 years. You have all shaped my high school years, which I will greatly cherish. Finally, I want to thank my family, who unfortunately couldn't make it today. They supported me through grade 12 and put up with me during the good and bad times. And to the class of 2025, I know this is cliche, but make the most of your final year. And if you haven't scored the grades you were hoping for, don't stress, it's in the past. At the end of the day, the dark horse can still make the comeback. Thank you.